Helps if you turn the camera on. Good morning. It is Friday, February 23rd, 2024. I'm laughing because it's been an interesting morning so far. Anyway, February 23rd, 2024. It's Friday morning. It's 9 a.m. It is time for our mindful moment. I am Dr. Jonathan Zenz, having technical difficulties. It's all good. Yes, it is Dr. Jonathan Zenz here. I'm the senior minister at Unity of Tucson. We are an inclusive and loving spiritual center right here in Tucson, Arizona. And the mindful moment is an opportunity I take every single weekday to engage in my own spiritual practice through the consideration of a spiritual idea and then into the formal practice of affirmative prayer. And I do this every weekday in an effort to keep myself accountable to my own spiritual practice, to keep myself consistent in my spiritual practice, because what I have found is that consistency in my spiritual practice has enhanced the quality of my life. And I choose to do this in a public way because my encouragement is that as we gather together in this virtual forum, that perhaps it will encourage spiritual practice on your part. And if that is something that appeals to you and something that you think will enhance the quality of your life, I am happy to share my practice with you. Whether you're watching live or on the replay, I would love for you to post a comment and let me know that you are here. Always a delight to see the comments come through. Let's see who is here today so far. Sherry, fabulous Friday to all. Grateful to see you this morning. There's someone on our family time page that is saying good morning. I'm not sure because unfortunately the technology does not allow me to see your name, but grateful to see you here. William, good morning to all you beautiful peeps. Grateful to see you. Beth, happy Friday to you. Roberta, good Friday morning. Peace on earth, indeed. Peace on earth. Let us all settle our minds and hearts into the nature of infinite peace, which is resoundingly expressive right where we are. Yeah. Reverend Jerry Stratemeyer, good morning to everyone with hugs. Hugs right back towards you. Yes, Kathy, gorgeous Friday here. It is a gorgeous Friday. Speaking of gorgeous, I would like to share this with all of you gorgeous people. You are love. You are light. You are life. You, yes, you. I'm speaking directly to you. You are magnificent. And I am so grateful that you shine your light and share your magnificence. Take a breath. Feel what that feels like. Just take a moment. So today, what is in my, actually, I want to say hello to Marvis. Grateful to see you, Reverend Marvis. Hello, happy people. Yay. Today, what is on my mind to talk about, it's the final Friday in February, and the theme for February has been freedom. And what really I'm interested in today is opening up to the understanding that freedom can be found in really one place. That we have a freedom, each and every one of us, to choose. And that's kind of it. It's kind of the end of the sentence. We have freedom to choose. What are we at liberty to choose? We're free to choose our thoughts. We are free to choose our beliefs. We are free to choose our feelings, how we feel about our thoughts and beliefs. And why is this important? Because that is the gift, ultimately, that leads to an enhanced quality of life. Freedom, flexibility. We have the freedom to be flexible. We also have the freedom to be inflexible. And it is always important to me that, it came up in the Emerson class last night, of course, this notion of freedom as we've been studying the essay Self-Reliance. And a lot of what Emerson offers in that is that, when we give up when we give up choice, then we're giving up our freedom. And that we do not need to be conformed to the choices of others. We don't need to be conformed to the choices of society. There are collective choices that we make as a society, and we are not required to be conformed to them. I don't think it's personally a problem if you do choose to conform to them, but recognize that it is a choice. And so for me, freedom is what this whole philosophy is about. I get up every Sunday and I say, I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. Even in this mindful moment, I'm not here to tell you what to think. not telling you to think this way. I'm saying, here's something perhaps to consider. You get to decide whether you take it. You get to decide what you do with it. What I have found is that it is something that has worked for me. And so I will retain the right to move forward with that frame of mind. And if something comes along to change my mind, well, I am open to that potential and possibility as well. I mean, let's face it, my mind was changed when I came into the New Thought movement. I had spiritual leanings when I first was introduced to the New Thought movement, and I thought, oh, this is actually a spiritual philosophy that makes sense to me. And yet there were things that I had to address in my own mind and in my own heart that were not in alignment with the New Thought movement, and I had to really do the work to determine, do I believe this tenet or this tenet? I've heard that God is a supreme being sitting in heaven, passing judgment, and I lived with that construct for a while in my life. Even though I was not brought up churched, I was not brought up in a particular religion. I didn't go to church growing up, but I was still part of a collective wholeness, a society, and a culture where that is a very prevalent idea, that God is a being that is passing judgment, sitting up there in heaven. And in the New Thought movement, that's not what we teach. We teach in the New Thought movement that God is a principle of creation, that God is the energy of creation, that God is love, and that there is no thing that exists that is not part of the infinite wholeness. So God is not a being, but God is the beingness. And so I take those ideas, I weigh them, and I am free to choose which I adopt in my life. And not everything is binary either. Not everything is this or that. It can be this or that or that or that or this or that or that or that. The great news about all of this is we are free to make determinations in our life about what we choose to believe and what we choose to think. And that's the freedom that we're really talking about when I speak of freedom in New Thought. So are you ready to be free today? Free to choose, free to be, free to make decisions about how your life will unfold, and know that in that frame of mind of decision making, that you are setting the tone, you are setting yourself up for magnificence. That's what I'm choosing today. I'm going to invite us all to relax right where we are, to simply relax. Simply relax. Allow ease, allow grace, allow gentleness in this moment. I release anything that has preceded this moment. I release anything that I anticipate is to unfold, and I choose in this moment to allow a settled state of mind and heart in the present. I am fully present and invite us all to be fully present in this state of recognition. I am relaxed and open to the understanding, and I choose to accept this understanding, that God is all there is. There is no other thing that exists. Nothing else exists. There is only God, the infinite creative energy and power that is unfolding itself. It is unfolding itself as all creation, as all matter, everything that exists universally, and perhaps even beyond what we perceive as the universe. It could be multiversally, but it's all God. It's all God. God is goodness, God is light, God is constructive, forward-moving, evolutionary. God is the nature of unfoldment. And it is firmly rooted in this here and now moment, expressing by means of each and every one of us. We are this power and presence. There can be no separation in the infinite. There can be no separation in the infinite. I choose to welcome that understanding, that there can be no separation in the infinite. And so I let my heart, mind, my beliefs, my thoughts be aligned with that understanding that there is no separation. There's only a unified wholeness of which we are all, each and every one of us, a magnificent facet. We are the light of God. We are the life of God. We are the evolutionary unfoldment of God. And while I utilize language, I also choose to understand that language is too limiting to understand the nature of the infinite spirit, presence, universal power. And so I settle my heart into a feeling tone, a feeling space, recognizing the feeling tone of the divine. I trust in this, that as a facet of the divine, that everything I think, everything I believe, everything I feel, all work together to create a constructive and cohesive, magnificent quality of life. I choose this, for it is the nature of the divine. And so every outflow, every decision leads to an outflow of magnificence. I choose this. And it is infinite freedom that is within me to do this. For that is the nature of God as me, as each and every one of us. And so I am liberated in this moment to a greater understanding, a greater feeling, a greater belief. And I recognize that all of those aspects are choices. And so I am free to choose, free to be. And it is with gratitude and appreciation overflowing that I allow the unfoldment to do its perfect work. I needn't concern myself with the how. I open up and welcome, knowing that the divine presence and power's nature is to provide. And so I welcome all that it provides. I let it be so. I affirm it as so by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so it is. Grateful to share this time with you, and look forward to seeing you again on Monday morning at 9 a.m. for the next Mindful Moment. I'll be back on Monday. In the meantime, there are plenty of things to consider here at Unity of Tucson. Of course, we have Sunday celebration on Sunday. I'm going to put the website up here, unitytucson.com. Sunday celebration at 10 a.m. every Sunday, 10 a.m. Arizona time, every Sunday. You can watch that online, or you can be with us in person if you are physically near us. It's a great opportunity to celebrate the magnificence that is you. That's at 10 a.m. It is preceded at 9:30 with about 10 minutes of guided contemplation by our prayer chaplains. So would love to see you as part of that. That's also online. A few things, of course, that are coming up are satsang that is happening on March 13th. A self-described traveling monk, Brian Lotman, will be here to guide us in the practice of blissful sound bath, musical chanting. Grateful for the opportunity to engage in that as a practice. So that's free to all. We are asking for donations, but please just show up. Come show up. Be bathed in the bliss. That's what I'm going to say about that. Wednesday, March 13th, 6 p.m. A week from Sunday. Is it a week from Sunday? Yeah, it's a week from Sunday. We have a couple things coming up. We, of course, have the beginning of the 12 Powers class. That is available online and also in person. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., March 2nd, that begins. Would love to see you there. You can go to unitytucson.com/classes to sign up for that class. And also Dance Zen, led by our very own Sherry Hoffman. The glorious Sherry Hoffman is going to guide you in a free-form dance experience as she does on the first Saturday of every month. That's at 6 p.m. on March 2nd. So join us for all of those things. I am so grateful. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Peace and blessings to you. I see a comment has come through. Oh, Marvis, thank you. And very liberating, our Facebook user has said. Yes, grateful, grateful. All right, that's it. I'm going to take this banner down, and I'm going to continue with my day of freedom. Friday freedom. Let's celebrate it. Peace and blessings to you. I'll see you soon. Bye.